Good morning, YouTube. I recently was watching a thing online where a question came up. Are revolvers still a viable defense gun in this day and age with the semi-autos that are out there now? And I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Now, let me give you a little bit of background. I have carried a lot of different handguns in my life. I've carried Glocks. I've carried 1911s. I've carried small pocket pistols. I've had a Browning high power. Every one of these. I've had lots of different handguns. Revolvers, semi-autos, you name it. Now, do I think the revolver is still viable? Absolutely it is. Now, some are saying, well, gee, is the revolver any more reliable than the semi-auto? Yes and no. It's reliable. Can it fail? Anything mechanical can fail. Absolutely. What I think people overlook when it comes to revolvers is its simplicity. There's less things for an operator to say screw up. There's no safeties to mess with. This, of course, being the ultimate safety, and your hand is the ultimate safety. The person using the gun is the ultimate safety. Can this break? Absolutely. Any revolver can break. Any gun can break. Anything can break. It's mechanical. Parts fail. But to say the revolver is not reliable, which it is, it is foolhardy. I think there's always been an argument between semi-auto shooters and revolver shooters. I've been in the middle of both of them. I've owned, I don't know how many different types of revolvers over the years. This is my primary gun now as far as concealed carry. One, because it is concealable. This is, of course, a Ruger SP101 in .357 Magnum. It'll do everything I want it to do. Now, people say to me, why don't you carry something that holds more rounds? It's personal preference. Do I think I can do any better with 5 rounds than somebody else could do with it? No. This is personal preference. It's what I shoot the best is a revolver. Always have. I've always mastered a revolver better than I have a semi-auto. I can shoot them equally well, but the revolver is something I prefer. And here in New York, with the SAFE Act, you can only carry 7 rounds in a magazine anyway, so you're really not going to get away with a lot more versus a revolver. Okay, 5 rounds versus, 7 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber, 8 total. So 3 more rounds. Can a revolver be reloaded faster than a semi-auto? It depends on who's doing it. Guys like Jerry Mikulik, and I understand they are few and far between, can load a revolver faster than I ever could a semi-auto. There are some saying, well, semi-autos jam more. Yes and no. I've seen semi-autos jam. I've seen Glocks jam. I've seen Glocks break. I actually watched a Glock break once. Brand new. Brand new Glock 21-45 on the firing line. Click, click. Could not get the gun to fire. It was not that there was anything wrong with the ammo of the magazine. It was something internal to the Glock that required the gun to be sent back to the factory. What it was, I don't know, but I know that gun no longer worked. And it had less than 500 rounds through it. Any gun can do that. Revolver, semi-auto, no matter what. But to say a revolver has no place as a defense gun, I think the sales of the LCRs and some of these other guns like the SP, I think that tells people that that's not true. A good .38 Special or .357 Magnum revolver, when the person has trained to use it and has spent time on the range using it, is just as good as a person with a semi-auto. Am I saying it's any better? No. To me it is, for my preference. But I think revolvers have their place. I think revolvers will always have their place when it comes to personal defense. You can get semi-auto, revolvers in 9mm. You can get them in .357, you can 38. You can get them in calibers that, you don't have to get gigantic calibers. .38 Special is a great round. .357 Magnum is a phenomenal round. A lot of people just don't like it because of the blast and the recoil. I've shot it for years. I don't have a problem. But it's a mindset. Some people look at semi-autos and they don't like them. Some people look at revolvers, they don't like them. That's always going to be the case. There's always going to be that crowd. I don't try to change them. I tell everybody it's personal preference. It's your preference what you want to shoot, what you do own, what you do have. I say learn to shoot it well. I've learned to shoot this gun in any revolver I've ever owned, just like my semi-autos. I've learned to shoot them all very well. So I tell people if they come to me, is a revolver old-fashioned? Yes and no. I have upgraded this gun a little bit. I've done some work on the trigger. I did replace that front sight, as you can see. I do believe there's always improvements that can be made. But at the same time, this gun is just as reliable as a semi-auto. And I think as far as personal offense, it's just as good. So take that with what you're seeing it with, and take that with some experience. That, yes, a revolver still has its place. So, again, it's personal preference, but does a revolver still have its place with personal offense? Yes, it does. So with that in mind, YouTube, don't be discouraged if you're a revolver shooter. There's still plenty of us out there, and there's still plenty of us that are fighting the good fight. Talk to you later.